Typically instructors, what they need to do was just to complete the coursework and they get paid. But I think for you, you really wanted us, you set us up for success lah.
There's a mic, and then there's the gimbal, and then there's your phone, and I'm actually using the FilmicPro app, and it pairs very well with the Zhiyun Smooth for making online content module, which I'm conducting. This is actually where Singapore Media Academy is partnering with NUS-ISS and IAS. Because now you have a script, you have a storyboard and everything. But as an editor, like your goal is to tell the story that audience will understand, not based on the script. Because now it's what you have in terms of materials, right? Is to hide all the flaws, showcase all the strength. So we need to work on the narrative where audience now know as much as the character. If I were you, be creative. What if I mix it up a little bit? What if it begins with the stress of the wife? Hey, make sure we have time for shopping. Be creative, think out of the box. You see, now it's changing exactly what you have in the script and things like that. Now you think creatively as an editor, how you going to play with these bricks of Lego to make it look like a dragon. You can have repetitive because now what you have is very blocky. Mother, finish, son, and then daughter. What if it's like son, daughter, mom, wife? Like, that's stress, man. You see, that's what we feel all the time. Dun, 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 dun. And it's like dun, 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 dun. When you have text, people need time to read.
I guess what a good community would be, and that can be very lonely.
I'm not saying it's bad. I think it's a pretty decent film. It's just that how can I make it better? Editing is all about hiding a weakness. When my VO ends, he's still not seated. So what can I do? Quick one. Taking too long for you to come in. You should come in like 3 seconds earlier. So I trim the front. It's not tightened. Why do you wait for him to talk? Why good morning some more? We have someone say we have someone say good morning, right?
Hi, good morning.
Hi, good morning. It's always good morning. Don't need to get down to business, man. This guy don't need to say good morning anymore.
My name is Charles.
You see, when he says I don't think so, it's just losing the context.
Yeah, so
because I don't think so can be manipulative. I can post any question here. No? I just said, do you feel I'm good looking? I don't think so. As an editor, you cannot manipulate too much. Right now, you are manipulating. The whole edit looks like you're manipulating.
I am manipulating.
Yes.
Drastically. Yeah.
You need subtitles. People miss it, they miss it totally. Remember, before you left for shoot, I said, please have tons and tons and tons of cutaway, which I'm happy that you have cut away like this one, which is good. And all this. So you can cut in meaningful cutaways.
That means the 38 seconds you have.
Stylistically, it's going to sound very strange. I can just let me quickly redo it. I'll give you your magical solution.
Okay.
Transcript what they're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can the students finish the fair?
Running out of time.
We are trying to create a community of fathers that come together to share their life experiences, also to explore some job opportunities and business opportunities. This video is actually about awareness.
I have 3 beautiful children who view me as their Superman, the indestructible tough guy who keeps them safe. But as much as I love them, I cannot tell them that even Superman can be scared of tomorrow. To find answers, I sought the wisdom of fathers from my age group of 40 to 60. Life is uncertain, has been, and will always be. But I found something precious in the midst of my struggle, that I wasn't alone. So I asked these men whether the idea of a community of fathers sound appealing to them. A safe space, a community for fathers to be real and to share. We can come together to make it happen.
I'm trying to follow the story of John, who may or may not have the same struggle as me, assuming that I'm the target audience, right? But at the last part, right, I think you didn't give me time to think that, actually, I'm that guy who needs help.
The objective of this video is actually to create awareness.
Yeah.
To let them say, hey, there's a place like that. That's all. But if they want to find out more, like what you say, like, hey, is that the journey I'm going through? Is that something that I want to know more? That is where you want to draw them in.
Yeah.
I watch it, I will feel like touched in a way. So I think that you all did a good job, like kind of building it up. But I feel like the only thing that really caught my attention was the fonts, the subtitle fonts. Because it's like so serious, then suddenly the font looks very... It's like comic or like... And I really like the cutaways actually.
The cutaways are extremely important in setting the tone, the mood. Cutaways cannot just be inserted for the sake of doing so. The cutaways have to be a depiction of reality, but from a different angle.
The only thing is that the profile of the father is a bit all on the older age. You do not cover the younger parents. But overall, very good, very good. Yeah, the cutting is very good. And I like the first one, or the block, yeah. Very artistic.
I love the camera work. The whole feel is very, very Channel News Asia documentary. So that's a plus point. I saw the hesitancy, the insecurity, the struggle. But what I didn't see are fathers. Probably like looking at a picture of the children, stroking at some toy, show that I'm a father, other than just talking about it. What we are presenting is a commercial.
It's a parody of a stressed but self-sacrificial father who needs to plan a family holiday. Reason being is that when they organize their own holidays, it's supposed to be fun, right? It's supposed to be relaxing because everybody wants to get out of Singapore.
They have a huge Gundam on display.
Huh? Gundam? Gundam is so boring.
Very boring leh. Go overseas, still want to shop. I don't care, Papa. I must get my limited edition Gundam.
All I want is to get away from this stress.
And eat my ramen.
Yeah, I get a message. It's like trying to easily book a ticket and all that. But there are so many, booking platforms out there.
He wants you to explain why is Expedia better than the other platforms. But the thing is, if you wanted to cram that kind of information in the video, it's going to be too much for the audience to take in. Do you want to be informative or do you want to be entertaining? I think we have to consider the fact that this video is going to be on social media, and if it's on Facebook, it's muted initially. So there's some parts that would not be audible. You need the subtitles as a prop for them to go through the video. So I think subtitles are very important.
I liked the transition as of what Sean said, the camera transitions. One drawback was that the chat box was coming. It didn't sync well.
Biggest challenge was the editing part. We had a lot of problems with the software. So this is like my 4th time starting from scratch. It's my 4th time, so like super rushed.
She was screaming in
Yeah.
WhatsApp.
She's really the mother.
At
Then I'm
12
just
midnight,
like, everything's
like,
on fire.
and the location gave me a nightmare. Like the Japanese restaurant where we're supposed to shoot, last minute, if you want to shoot, you need to pay $400. No way. So we had to quickly find, and then this is where my director came in and said, hey, why don't we go to One North because it's very quiet, and like we make do. Biggest takeaway, lesson learned as a producer, pay attention to everything. The shots, the tech recce is very important. We should have plan B.
Really say that the director never rests. It is very true. So from script writing, you have to really understand, it's really how do you portray or how do you push a certain story or a certain theme or a certain thing that you want to say. It needs to be understood by people. So as I'm filming, I'm also listening and thinking of what the character is doing.
Because this is not a big production, the module is quite useful. So at least I can confidently start to do video clips of 10 minutes or things like that.
One word of advice to future students would be start early. Don't try to do everything with 2-3 days before the deadline.
My ideas were wavering. So they were really fluctuating. So that was the biggest struggle. Biggest takeaway or the lesson I have learned, we have to do micro planning before we do anything.
2 of the fathers, there was a no-show. So last minute, I got another 3 fathers on the spot. So it was quite challenging at that point of time. Actually, when we shoot at the scene, there are a lot of unforeseen circumstances. Indoor and versus outdoor. Indoor is easier to manage, but outdoor, it's very circumstantial. We need to sometimes do a bit of crowd control, or maybe the place becomes noisier. For example, the first scene that you have seen, it was in a community center, and when we started at 9, it was quite conducive. But as under 10 o'clock, all the crowds start coming in, so we have to have contingency planning. It's both an art and a science. Frankly speaking, we are not that well organized. We are like a cowboy, cowboy style. So a lot of on-the-fly kind of situation, we managed to pull it together, we run as a team. Because if let's say I say go here, go to this place, and then later Sean say, oh no, or Jessica say no, I think we would not have done the film today. So I guess our teamwork is one that plays an important role during the filming, because when we say go, we go. The art part is that when we do filming, I think sometimes we need to have a bit of a feel, not just following the script or just following the steps. We should really spend the money on talent, spend your money on editors, spend your money on producers, because these are critical assets. So I think budgeting, scheduling, and talent management, all these are very critical components.
Okay, good.
Hi Ray. I noticed throughout the course you keep mentioning that sorry for being harsh and all that. As in, it's good that you address that because I guess some people might misunderstand. I think you shouldn't tone it down. Like, you can clarify yourself. Don't lose that, because a lot of us, when we come to this course, right, we tend to be complacent as the classes go on. Sometimes we need that wake-up call in a sense. Yeah, really thank you for putting in all your heart into teaching us. I don't think many people will even put in so much effort to do that. So I think that's a plus point. Because of this course, I think I have found some new hobbies. I feel even more motivated to go and learn on my own, and I kind of know where to look for this kind of information.
So last but not the least, I just want to thank you that you are patient to share with us all the different wisdom and knowledge that you had over your years. And I think it's very admirable, because I don't think a lot of people would share to your detail or to your degree of what really is on the ground. Typically instructors, what they need to do was just to complete the coursework and they get paid. But I think for you, you really wanted us, you set us up for success lah. And I can see from the way that you are kanchong for us, or sometimes when you get a little bit worked up, it's not because we suck, and it's not because that we don't do it well, but because you, out of your experience, you know that, okay, yeah, really, you all need to make sure that all these things are in order, and that really paid off for, I think, both teams. Not only just being an instructor, not only just being a teacher, but also mentoring us to be able to do better than what we can think of.
You are a very, very passionate trainer. That's number one.